Hello there, this is Dr. TR. I am coming in as one of the first guests at the Royal Caribbean Paradise Island in Nassau, Bahamas. Now, I know you guys clicked here because it said I am the first guest. Yes, I am officially a part of the first fleet that came in on December 23rd. Before that, it was the friends and family of the employees. It was individual, podcasters and bloggers that were invited in to kind of give you a sneak peek. But December 23rd, 2025 was the first official grand opening of the private island. So yes, I was aboard Vision of the Seas. I'm here, day 9. We are getting ready. We just finished that 8-night holiday cruise, getting ready to debark, and I wanted to pop in and share this message. This is not paid. It's all me. I'm a Diamond Plus member with Royal Caribbean, and I want to kind of talk about the things that you're not seeing. While it was an amazing island, I would like to first say that Royal Caribbean is always looking to make the destination the vacation spot, and it is true. They're making the destination, and they're also making the ship. So I am on the Vision of the Seas, very first time taking the Vision of the Seas. It's not the one with all the frills and all of that, but let me tell you, it was an amazing time. So I've been on the stars, I've been on everything, but this was coming out holiday season, and I knew that we would be one of the first guests there. So here is the deal. Okay, so I have lots of videos I'll post, and you can also Google them. There's, like I said, there's vloggers, other people that came prior to, but the executives are actually on site. When we got there the previous day on the 22nd, the wind was so high that some of the ships could not even come in, right? So Utopia couldn't even come in. They just had to turn away. So our day was officially the grand opening, the 23rd. The 22nd, there were ships that they were kind of like trying to get into experience, but everyone there was saying that we were the official group. So with that being said, you walk in, it's an amazing thing. So when you get off of your actual ship right there in Nassau at the port, when we approached the security, they asked us one question. They said, do you want to go to the family beach? Do you want to go to the chill beach? Or do you want to go to the party beach? Okay, so I said, hey, what's the difference, right? I didn't know. So there was 3 water taxis available there, and I just said, hey, let's just go to the party. They explained it. The family beach, there's a lot of activities. There was water sports. There was, games you could play, water guns, all these different things, activities with the beach. Then it was the chill spot where people were kind of lounging. That's what they said, that it was going to be lounging, soft music, playing, and were you able to just kind of have great views, serenity. And then they said the party beach, and said, what was that? That was where the floating flamingo was going to be that you saw being advertised. It was also the live DJ. I was like, let's do it, right? So you kind of go to your water taxi and you kind of, and I was on the Twisted Turtle. That's the one that was going to the area. So I was kind of asking questions like, why are they asking us where we want to go first? So I don't know if it's a long-term thing, a short-term thing, or maybe they just kind of want to know, taking a poll like for marketing purposes, like where you want to go, because you can actually walk to all the areas on the actual island, but your taxi was going to take you to specific areas. So all aboard, I'll show you a little video. Of course, I was all about the shenanigans for the holiday. I was like ready to go. And so when we arrived there at the island, of course, everyone is amazing, smiling. Christmas trees were all lit up. There was dancers, live music. And as we were going up the steps and kind of heading to the beach area, that's where you saw the heated pools. Everything was amazing. So just to kind of share a little bit of things. So the first water taxi was available after 8. So if you got up in the morning and you went to Wimjan, if you are already familiar with Royal Caribbean, they have the buffet first thing in the morning, or you can have the sit-down breakfast. But on those port days, you kind of want to get off as soon as possible. So if you actually book the excursion, this is not like Coco Cay. You actually had to pay for the excursion. Now, yes, Coco Cay has those options like a Hideaway Beach where you can actually pay, but there's also Coco Beach where you just go there, enjoy the amenities, enjoy the food. You don't have to purchase anything extra. This island is an actual excursion, so you have to have a ticket for it. So depending if you purchased it early, if you purchased it the same day, if you had a discount, or your, what level you are, depending on what discounts you get. So forth and so on. So some people get it free, some people were, getting it at a discount price, depending, right? So with that being said, you had to actually go to the actual place where you go to take your excursion. But the thing is, early in the morning, if you didn't eat anything or you have medicine to take, the problem with that is you have to actually wait. So the food doesn't actually open until 10:30. Okay, so you might go all morning long. until 10:30. So I did make a recommendation to the beverage and food and beverage executive that was actually there. He was taking photographs. He was asking about the food, what we were kind of anticipating on the menu. But the biggest thing was there was nothing to eat. There was no grab and go. So you know, like at Coco K, they have like the fruit out there sometimes before their lunch opens up. They didn't have anything. So you didn't bring anything with you. Of course, you're not bringing anything back. So that was the challenge there. So you were literally, first time you get up in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then until 10:30, there was nothing for you to eat. So that was a little challenging. So you're kind of ready to go at 10:30. They're still setting up. But overall experience, that was great. That was the only gap. So if you're diabetic, anything like that, you want to think about things, either bringing something with you, or I just gave some feedback. So maybe they will have some grab and go that doesn't require any manpower, just to maybe have some fruits out there. Now, closer to 10:30, around 10:15, they did open up the ice cream machine, and they did have some sliced pineapple and some sliced watermelon on the counter that you can actually get. So maybe that, pineapple and things like that, you can even have. But this is the cool part. So the food and beverage director told me that two shifts are going to have this one thing. You know how we love our ice cream? Well, they had the ice cream there, but guess what? They had pineapple soft serve cones, and they had it twisted so you can get vanilla and pineapple together, kind of like that Dole Whip that you get on Zero. But they said that Disney and Royal were going to be these only two cruise ships they're actually going to offer this pineapple based one. That's what I had at 10:15 waiting for the food to come. At 10:15, I actually had this pineapple ice cream cone soft serve. Woo! It was delicious. But who cares? You're eating ice cream in the morning. You did it the whole entire cruise ship, right? The whole cruise. So it opened up at 10:30. I have lots of food pictures I'll post in there as well. So they have, fire engine fritters. That was the corned beef and cheese, Bohemian style food. They had the shroom burgers. I have the whole menu there for you. The food was, typical food. It was good. It was just typical, right? It wasn't anything like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. The fritters were good, right? It was fried. It had a crack sauce, like kind of like a, I don't know, it's like a mixture between like a, I don't know, maybe like a Big Mac sauce with a little bit of kick, or maybe something like that. But again, the fritters were delicious. They were good. I'm just not saying it's amazing. Again, this is just my opinion. French fries, shroom burgers that had mushroom, traditional American cheeseburgers. The cheeseburger did come with the crack sauce if you wanted it. They also had salad. You can put the shrimp on it. They had the skewers of shrimp, like kind of like a tangy barbecue sauce. So the food was good, right? It was something you have not had before, but if you're familiar with, with Royal Caribbean, it's in alignment with their signature food, right? So your grilled shrimp, your burgers, your chicken sandwiches, chicken tenders, things like that. So the food choices, I have the menu here. It was a little hard, right? 10:30 in the morning. If you didn't have anything, you're kind of going right into fries, burgers, chicken tenders. I mean, it kind of wasn't a balance. It wasn't anything kind of soft, right? They had mac and cheese, but it was loaded, so it kind of had like this little kick to it, so like a little bit of jalapenos in it. It was delicious, but again, very, very heavy for 10:30. So it wasn't quite brunch food. It kind of just went straight into kind of like bar food, heavy food. But again, if you're out there at the beach early in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, and you're walking the beach or you're swimming, you're burning some energy, so you're kind of hungry. So maybe their approach was kind of the carb thing. Not real sure. But again, like I said, they had a little bit of fresh fruit over there. You could have got a salad, but at 10:30 in the morning, most people don't want salad for breakfast or brunch. But as far as taste-wise, guys, it was fine. So just so you know, there's two packages that you had to purchase. So either you hit the non-alcoholic package or you had the alcoholic packages. I don't drink. You guys know that. So I did the non-alcoholic, but there were folks that had the alcohol package. But if you did not purchase the alcohol package, you had to buy the drink separate. Your CPAS card does not work at the island. Okay, it's not something you're charging. You actually have to pay for it. So at the island, people were paying like $22 for a drink. So a little pricey. So if you're thinking you're going to save money, you might want to just go ahead and get the alcohol package. You can't. It only included the non-alcohol, just included the soda and water. So you can't get like a non-alcoholic drink with it. It was literally, kind of like soda and water. That's it. So a lot of people were kind of disappointed about that. Again, you know, didn't really bother me, but they had to pay out of pocket for those drinks. So if it's $50 difference, $60 difference, and you think you or someone you're traveling with may want a drink or non-alcoholic drink, you might want to go ahead and get that package. So all in all, it was a great experience. The weather kind of got to about 70-ish, maybe like 72, 73. It wasn't super hot, but again, the pools, the endless pools, I've got pictures, waves crashing in the background, beautiful views, live DJ. It was great. The cabanas were there for people who rented the cabanas. For the first time guests, they gave hats in the bags out to those that rented cabanas, or just a few select guests. I'll show you those pictures in the background. It was a hat. So not quite like Star of the Seas, where they gave all the guests, they could win all out for the first thing, but the Royal Beach Club did have the hats for some of the guests. So all in all, great experience. Was it worth the $100? I would say so, yes. This is raw, this is real, this is a first guest. The pools are heated, and so that was very, very nice. Of course, if you're not all the way immersed in the water, your shoulders and your head were a little chilly when you get out. I stayed about until 2 o'clock, and then I went to the actual ports just to kind of do some shopping, kind of looking around Nassau, seeing what they had new, seeing what stores they added new, restaurants. So, you still had the, straw marts, everything that you have, typically there for Nassau. But the beach experience was everything. The holiday was lit up. There was Santa sleighs. There was trees everywhere. There was lights, camera, action. Kids were having a ball, family. As you walk through the different areas, yes, it is true. There was the family area. They were playing games. You had the chill area, people reading books, and of course the party area. Wasn't like wild and crazy. It was a great time. People were laughing, joking, listening to the live DJ. He was playing. There was smoke coming out of the machines and all that good stuff. So it was a great experience. I think if you book the excursion, you'll enjoy it. So if you do see it in your app prior to sailing, or you see it online at a discount rate, I would go ahead and book it. They did not run out of anything. We were the official first guest, official, grand opening. You'll see the other ships that came in with us. And again, I was on the Vision of the Seas. Every view is an amazing view. You can see the actual ships everywhere you turn, 360 on the island, beautiful water, lifeguards on duty, waves crashing in the background, just an overall great experience. So that's really the only feedback that I have regarding just regarding the food choices and what time they actually open up. There's 2 areas for food, all on different ends of the island. They serve both the same things. So yeah, but your chocolate chip cookies, your cookies, your desserts, all the things that you typically find at Royal Caribbean was there. But it was just those 2 things. It was just the time that they open at 10:30, as well as nothing grab and go between those time and the kind of the heavy food. But again, that's my opinion, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Dr. TR, and hopefully I'll see you guys on another cruise one day.